Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and I thought I would dress to the nines at least one more time, and this time to share with you my TBR for March Mystery Madness. As you've probably heard, our theme for this year is to the nines because this is the 9th annual March Mystery Madness. I started this readathon with Troi Towel from the channel Troi Towel in 2016 when my channel was less than a year old, and we have been doing it ever since. So if this is your first time hearing about March Mystery Madness, I hope you will join us. And if you are a veteran March Mystery Madness participant, thank you so much for coming back again this year. And I hope that as you share your mystery-related videos this month, you will feel free to dress to the nines as well. Of course, you can feel free not to, but it's just for fun. So we have 9 prompts. It's the 9th year. Of course, there's 9 prompts, and they all have to do with the number 9. So I wanted to share with you what I am reading for each of the prompts, or at least what I'd like to read. Now, it remains to be seen whether I will get all of these read. There are some that I'm going to have to read in print if I get them read, and I may have to, in the end, opt for something a little shorter that I could get on audio. But this is my plan for the month, along with a few other things that I need to read to round out the month. So let's just get started. If I'm able to show you the grid for the prompts, I will. I had trouble getting it done in my announcement video, so I wasn't able to, but several of the other hosts did. And speaking of the other hosts, please check them out. Check out all of their videos. I'm sure I am probably the last one to get my TBR video done, and I have to apologize for that. Here it is, February 29th. This readathon starts tomorrow, and I am just now getting this filmed. All of my YouTube life kind of came to a screeching halt a couple of weeks ago. If you don't know, I started a new channel, and along with the new channel came some new challenges. Well, I'm happy to say I've been keeping up with the challenges. I just haven't been keeping up with the channel. So I will get back over there and get another video made soon. But it's called The Reading Reseller. It's mostly dedicated to reselling and decluttering. So I hope that you will check it out. But meanwhile, this is a booktube video, so let me share with you what I'm planning to read for the month of March. Now, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to lift this veil up this time. I don't think I love these little polka dots in the veil because no matter which way I turn, they're either in my vision or it looks like I've got a mole or something. So I'm just going to lift that up for now. The first prompt is Dress to the Nines. I've got a cozy mystery that is the second in the series that has a beautiful, elegantly dressed woman on the cover. This is book 2 in the Soap Opera Mysteries by Eileen Davidson. Now, Eileen Davidson is one of the stars of Young and the Restless. I don't even know if Young and the Restless is still on. I think it is. I have sort of fallen off the soap opera bandwagon, but I used to watch the CBS soaps faithfully back in the day, and I wanted to see what this series was all about. So I have read the first one. It's been a few years ago now. I don't think they're on audio. The first one is Death in Daytime, and I remember enjoying it. So I would love to get to book 2. Now, if you have already read the first one, this would be a good option for Dress to the Nines. Or if you've read the first 2 already, book 3 would be a good option for Dress to the Nines. It's called Diva Las Vegas, and again, a very elegantly dressed woman on the cover. Any way you want to interpret Dress to the Nines, just be a picture of a fancy hat. It doesn't have to be a person wearing a costume. I know I have seen some books that will have like a top hat and a cane on the cover. Things like that works totally fine. So anyway, whatever you can find for that prompt. Our next prompt is 999. This was suggested by our new co-host Ollie from the channel Criminally because he lives in the UK, I believe, and he informed us that 999 is the emergency call for the UK. And so we thought, why not include that in our prompts and make it make the prompt to read a British mystery. Now, it doesn't have to be a modern British mystery where you would actually call 999. It can just be any British mystery from any era. So I am opting to read the next one and maybe the next two in the Mrs. Jeffries series by Emily Brightwell. I'll try to get a picture up here of the next one I need to read. It's book 8. I believe it is something about Mrs. Jeffries and an alibi. And then since 9 is our key word here, our key number, if I can get to number 9, I will, and it put a picture of it here. Sadly, my library does not have a physical copy of this one, but it does have a physical copy of book 8, so I have ordered it and hope to have that in my hands sometime very soon. So the next prompt is 9 lives, and that is to read a book with a cat on the cover. Now, don't get too hung up on this. The word cat can be on the cover. If the word cat is in the title, it's totally fine. For instance, the Cat Who books by Lillian Jackson Braun. Most of the books I have seen from that series do not have an actual cat on the cover. They have paw prints and other things, but of course the word cat counts as cat on the cover. So anything that has a picture of a cat or the word cat or paw prints or whatever, I would still count that. So for me, I've got it narrowed down to 2 different series that I have started. One of them I've listened to on audio, and I don't own the next one. I'll have to put a picture here. The series is the Bookmobile Cat series, and I really enjoyed the first one. I'm pretty sure that this is the series where the cat's name is Eddie, and I just thought Eddie was great. I thought he was a fantastic character. I do have one here, but I'm pretty sure this is maybe like book 4 or 5 or something. Anyway, I would read the next one, which I believe is number 2, and this is what it looks like, and I'm pretty sure I can get that one on audio. But I would also love to pick back up with the Cats in Trouble series by Leanne Sweeney. This is book 3, The Cat, the Lady, and the Liar. I have read the first 2 books. This is book 3. This is the one I'm on, and I would love to read this one. A few other choices that you might pick if you're having trouble coming up with something to read for this prompt. The Cat in the Stacks Mysteries by Miranda James is a great series. I have read all of these, and I would recommend them. I will say I enjoyed the first several books in the series a little more than the later ones, but still, I think it's a great series, and it's a lot of fun. And a couple that I have not read, the Paws and Claws Mysteries by Krista Davis. They usually have a cat and dog on the cover. And then this one I just picked up at a library sale somewhere. I don't know anything about it. This is the Magical Cats Mystery Series by Sophie Kelly. But again, these are options if you're just looking for something with a cat on the cover. Then the next prompt is 911. Of course, that is the emergency call here in the United States, and I'm sure other places as well. So the prompt is to read a book about a first responder. So I don't know anything about this, but I remembered that I had collected this whole series for our church library. This is by Terry Blackstock, and the series is called New Point 911. It's in fine print right up here. The first book is called Private Justice, and so I'm going to assume that this is going to fit the bill for this prompt. I believe all of these are on audio on Hoopla, and so if I love it, I may just continue right on and listen to some more of these. In fact, when I was checking this out from the church library, one of the other ladies who's read the Restoration series by Terry Blackstock, which we also have in our church library, she said, "Oh, I want to read that one next. Let me know how it is." So I'm excited to get to this one. And the next prompt is read one for Janelle. Of course, sadly, we lost Janelle last year. She was one of our amazing March Mystery Madness hosts. She did a video every day for March Mystery Madness. She came up with some fantastic ideas and games and things that she did for the event, as well as just a huge amount of wonderful recommendations. And this was a series that I remember her talking about and just going on and on about, and I found this book somewhere at a used book sale, and I had to pick it up in honor of her. And then when we decided to have a prompt for her, I knew that this is what I needed to read. This is, I believe, the first book in the Peculiar Crimes unit by Christopher Fowler. It's called Full Dark House. I don't think these are on audio anywhere. I'm not sure. If you know that they are, let me know. But I am definitely interested in reading this. It sounds like it is really fun, and I would love to read it, especially in honor of Janelle. So the next prompt is to read a book with a quilt on the cover. Well, I am in the middle of reading a whole series about a quilt restorer, and they all have quilts on the cover. I just finished one today. This one is called Secret in the Stitches. It is by Joanne Brown. This series has, I think, 27 books in the series. It's published by Guideposts, and each of the books is by a different author. Well, a few of the authors have more than one book in the series, but it's a multi-author series. The series is about Sarah Hart. She is a quilt restorer, and the thing I love about these books is they are such interesting mysteries. There is generally no murders. There are historical clues and things like that. In the one I just read, there was a missing person, and they were snowed in at a bed and breakfast, and they woke up the next morning and the proprietor was missing. So not only is the proprietor missing, they're snowed in. It's kind of a locked room type of mystery where there's really nowhere he could have gone, and it was really, really good. So if this sounds like an interesting series to you, I hope that you would check it out. It is very lightly faith-based, and I have really enjoyed every book that I've read so far in this series, no matter who the author has been, and I'm looking forward to reading more. And if you're worried about finding a book with a quilt on the cover, just Google quilt mysteries and you will come up with so many. Go on Goodreads and just type in quilt mysteries. There are so many. This is another one that I have started. This is book 1 in the Benny Harper mysteries by Erlene Fowler. Each of the books have a title that is a quilt pattern, and there are quilts on the covers of all of them. They're not as quilt related as the titles might lead you to believe. My sister has read all of these, and she said it's really more about the mystery than the quilts, but there is an underlying quilt theme, and so it definitely fits the prompt for quilt on the cover. The next prompt might prove to be a little bit tricky, but I just went on Goodreads and I just searched 9, and it reminded me of a few that I had kind of forgotten about. So I checked this out from the library. If I can find this on audio, I might listen to this one. It's pretty chunky, but I have read some Leon Moriarty that I did enjoy, and a couple that I didn't love, but they were okay. But this one, 9 Perfect Strangers, would certainly count. However, if you want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and read something for middle grade March that also counts for March Mystery Madness, you might pick up any of the 39 Clues books. These books are fantastic. This particular series is the one I am reading right now. This is the Cahill Files by Clifford Riley. I believe there's 4 in this series. I've only listened to the first one. It's the only one that's available on audio that I have found, but I have this bind up of book 2 and 3. It's called Spy Masters, and I will maybe go ahead and listen to this real quick again because it's been a little while and I don't remember exactly the premise of this spin-off series. There are several spin-off series from the 39 Clues. If you've never read anything from this series, you definitely want to start with the first book in the original series called Maze of Bones by Rick Riordan, and then just go from there. It's a fantastic series. I have really enjoyed every 39 Clues book that I have read, and with that big giant 9 in the middle of each book, you can't go wrong. The next prompt is to read 9th in series. Now, I've heard a couple of people say, "Oh, I don't think I'm at the 9th in any series," but don't just assume that you're not, because I did not know until I started kind of searching around. I didn't know if I was at the 9th in any series either. But when I started searching around, I discovered that I was on the 9th book in the Amelia Peabody series by Elizabeth Peters, and incidentally, there's a Sphinx cat on the cover, so it sort of meets 2 prompts. But this one is Seeing a Large Cat, and I have been needing to pick up the next Amelia Peabody mystery, so I'm excited to get to this. And then through a conversation I was having with my friend Donna from Studio in the Library, we were talking about the Aunt Dimity series, and I realized that I'm on book 9 of the Aunt Dimity series as well. I don't know if I'll get to this. This is Aunt Dimity Snowbound, but it is book 9. The Elizabeth Peters book I can get on audio on Hoopla, so I know that I will for sure listen to that. But I'm going to leave this in my pile of possibilities and hopefully be able to get to it. And then I've got 2 more that I have to read. Both of them are for my mystery book club at my public library, which I lead. This one is going to be my read-along for March Mystery Madness. This is the one I don't need to read until the April meeting. So generally, whatever we're reading for my mystery book club for April is what I lead as my read along in March. I don't know anything about this one, but this one is by Shari Lapena. It's called Everyone Here is Lying. And incidentally, it has a page count of 319. So this counts as my any other 9, and it is also my read along. So if you would like to read this as well, I know I'm a little bit late getting it announced. I think it's on our Discord somewhere in the announcements that I was leading this as a read along. I'm going to set up at least one thread in our Mystery Madness Goodreads group where we'll be discussing this, and I will probably go ahead and break it down into some chapter sections, but I haven't done that yet, and my apologies for that, but I will be starting this tomorrow. If you would like to read this book with me, let me know, and I will make sure that I get some threads up as quick as possible. So then I've got one other book club book, and this is what I need to read for March. So I need to have this read by the second week of March, and I may not be able to get it on audio, but I have talked to a couple of people who've read it. They say it's really good. This is a Reese Witherspoon book club pick, which is kind of hit and miss for me. I don't always love them. Sometimes I really don't like them. I've read several now, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is Northern Spy by Flynn Barry, and the only tie to a 9 I can find in this book is the little blurb here. It says, they will forget about you. We won't. And that says it's IRA graffiti from 2019. So I had to look up IRA, and I believe it said it was Irish Republican Army. And I don't know anything about Irish politics or Irish history really at all, but I will probably learn some by reading this. So anyway, I do need to get this read as soon as possible because I've got to lead the discussion. So if you've read this, let me know what you thought about it. And this I've got to get on very quickly. And there is one more mystery that I need to read, and it is Book 6 in the Nancy Drew Mysteries by Carolyn Keene. I'm in the group called Let's Read Nancy Drew that was started by Mitzi from Mitzi Reads and Writes. And this month we are up to Book 6, which is The Secret at Redgate Farm. So that is the book I will be reading in the Nancy Drew Mysteries for the month of March. I probably won't start it until a little later in the month just because I've got this book club book to read and a read along and various other things that have to be read in print. But I am looking forward to reading this one. I've really been enjoying being a part of the group, and so I'm looking forward to it. We haven't been able to figure out any ties to 9 for this book, but one of the members suggested that we could just turn the 6 upside down and make it a 9 since it's book 6 in the series. So I think that's good thinking. But I also have a few other books that I am going to try to read as well for the month of March. I like to read a nonfiction, especially early in the year. I like to read some productivity and time management books. I just finished one by Laura Vanderkam that I'll be talking about in my February wrap-up. I checked out another one at the same time, and I'm going to at least read the preface and maybe the first chapter of this. Then I'll probably have to return it to the library, and if I really like how it starts out, I'll get it back again later in the year. But this is I Didn't Do the Thing Today. It's by Madeline Dorr. It's called Letting Go of Productivity Guilt. So that sounds like that would be very interesting. Also, right at the end of February, my daughter and I started reading through the Caldecott Medal winners from the 1980s. And we got through 8 of them. We've only got 2 left, and I had thought maybe we would go ahead and read these today, but this one called Fables by Arnold, is it Lobel or Lobel? This one has about 18 or 20 stories in it. So we're going to go ahead and just read this one in the first week of March. We'll stretch it out, try to read 2 or 3 each day until we finish this one up, hopefully within about a week. And then Jumanji, I read, I think last May, but I don't think I read it to her because I have always found that original movie to be kind of creepy, and I wasn't really sure how this was going to be. So I've read it, and I still will read it to her before we do our video about the Caldecott winners of the 80s. So anyway, I've still got these 2 left to read. The others we just have read in the last couple of days. So these we'll read very soon, and my goal will be to get that video done very soon as well. And I've got a Newbery winner video that I need to do too. But I don't know when I'm going to get that done because I've got about a month left now until my trip, and I've got a lot of readathons going on to prepare for in the meantime, and so just have a lot going on, but we shall see. Then I've got another book club book I need to listen to on audio. This is also for March, but this is for my regular literary book club. It's The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. So I hope to get to that one very soon. And then a couple of series I've been working on that I said maybe I would read one each of these each month this year until I, make some better progress. And I had intended to read these 2 actual books in February, and I just did not get to them. So whether I will get to them in March or not, I don't know. But at some point this year, I want to pick back up with both the Home to Heather Creek series. It's by multiple authors, published by Guidepost, or the Cape Light series by Thomas Kincaid and Catherine Spencer. These are the next books I need to read in both of those series. So I hope to get back to those. If not March, then April. If not April, then May. And if not May, then June. By June for sure. Okay, I think that's everything for this video that I can possibly squeeze in to the month of March for my reading goals. I'm hoping to get this uploaded today, but you probably won't see it until this evening because I'm going to a book sale. Some of you may have wondered how I'm doing on my Read What You Own challenge. Now, I never said I was going to put myself on a book buying ban. I said I was going to decrease the amount of books that I am purchasing this year. I have done that, but I have not probably adhered to my goal of an average of 5 per month and a goal of 60 per year. I don't think I'm up to 60 yet. Here it is, the last day of February. But I am a little more into that 60 than I had thought I would be, but man, it's hard. So, we shall see. I haven't even really been keeping count, but I'll try to give you a better report on that at a later time. Anyway, I am going to go to a book sale today, and, FOMO is all I can say. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a wonderful month of March and March Mystery Madness. And be sure to check out all of the hosts and all of the activities that they're going to be doing. And join me for my read-along of Everyone Here is Lying. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.